A mid-Buckeye Conference clash as 8-1 and 5-0 Shelby, the leaders in the conference, invade the Colt Corral to take on the Clear Fork Colts, looking for win number 1 in the MOAC. We got all the action coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and it's coming your way next.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. It's
Hospital pregame show from the Colt Corral in Belleville, Ohio for this MOAC matchup between Shelby and Clear Fork. Travis Berardi alongside Coach Joe Baylog. And Coach, this is a fun Shelby Whippet team that we're going to see tonight here in the Colt Corral.
Yeah, Shelby's playing really, really well. They've won 8 in a row after an opening season loss against Madison, and I've had really 3 big wins here in a row. Beat River Valley in a key MOAC game, went to Mount Vernon Naz and beat a Lindsley, West Virginia team in overtime, and then handled a really good Mansfield senior team just over a week ago. I think they scored 86, and they were in the 80s. So they're playing well. They're into this stretch here to start January, and I'm sure that Coach Galloway's looking to get off to a really good start here.
Yeah, they've won 8 straight after that opening night loss at Madison, scoring 71 points per game, only allowing 57. 55% from inside the arc, 35% from beyond the arc, and they're shooting 72% from the charity stripe, so pretty darn good. Our Brian Skronsky had a chance to talk to head coach Greg Galloway moments ago, and this is what he had to say.
All right, I'm here with second-year coach for Shelby, Greg Galloway, and 8 straight wins for you guys after an opening night loss. What would you say has kind of come together and helped lead that charge?
Yeah, I think it's just our chemistry is starting to click. You know, from game one, I think our guys are just doing a good job improving game by game, and we've seen it in practice as coaches, just us clicking a lot more on both sides of the ball. So, I've been very pleased with it.
And 2 of your last 3 games against some top caliber opponents. You beat Mansfield Senior. The win against Lindsley. River Valley was a big one. What did you learn about your team during that stretch?
We got a lot of competitors. You know, it doesn't matter who we play. Our guys just want to compete, and that's the thing I love about coaching them. So.
And then coming in here tonight to try to keep the winning streak going, what does it take in an environment like this when you haven't played in over a week?
Yeah, no, it's always tough to play over here at Clear Fork. You know, in our league, there's no easy games, so it's going to be a great challenge for us, and we got to just keep on sticking to what we do as a program and continue to improve and build off each game.
Hey, thanks a lot for the time, Coach. Good luck to you.
There is head coach Greg Galloway and his 8-1 Shelby Whippets. And coach, one of the main reasons why they are 8-1, if we take a look at our players spotlight, is one, Alex Bruskotter, pretty much leading every category or in the top 5 in the MOAC, just 0.6 points behind the lead in scoring, 21.3, first in rebounding, 9.3, first in assists, 5.1, and he's 5th in steals, 1.8. One of the most complete players you will see here in North Central Ohio.
Yeah, he's a really tough matchup. You know, at 6'7", he's not your typical 6'7" post kid. He's a 6'7" point forward guard and really does it all. I think that the thing that impresses me the most about him, if you look at his stats, you know, he's been able to get into the paint, finish plays there, and then he's a tremendous free throw shooter and has gotten to the line, I think, like 53 times and shoots 81%. So typically when you look at a really good scorer, that's one of the things they're able to do is get on the free throw line, and he does a really good job of getting there.
All right, now let's take a look at the home squad, the team looking for win number 1 in conference tonight. They got a tough test, but hey, you never know. That's why they play the game. Clear Fork, they've won 2 of their last 3 games. They beat Fredericktown 67-61, beat Loudonville 60-52. Their lone loss, a double overtime loss to the Northmore Golden Knights. Averaging 51 points per game, but giving up 60. They're going to have to get that number well below 60 if they want to have a chance this evening. 44% from 2, 20% from 3, and 57% from the free throw line.
Yeah, really ever since that loss that they had to Ontario, which was a big-time loss, they seem to have played much better. You know, they've won a couple games, and then as you mentioned, even in their losses, they've been in the single digits. So it seems like maybe Coach Bradford's had them turn the corner a little bit. But the pace of the game tonight's going to be really, really important for Clear Fork. They're going to have to try to slow Shelby down, and I'm sure Shelby's going to want a quick, fast pace.
All right, let's send it down to the court for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem played by the Clear Fork Pep Band. Great job, as always, by the Clear Fork Colt Pep Band. And I was talking to you earlier before we got on here, Coach, and it's a unique atmosphere down here at Clear Fork. You said your Ontario squad's had a tough time playing down here as well.
Yeah, we just, sometimes you get teams on your schedule and places you play, and you just kind of struggle playing there. So one of the concerns we always had was coming to Clear Fork was just we never had a lot of success or really played very well here. So it is a unique atmosphere. You got the student section right underneath the basket and a pretty tight atmosphere. So Clear Fork's over the years, this has been a big advantage, a big advantage for them here, and they've taken good use of it.
Let's take a look at the player spotlight now for the Clear Fork Colts. And it is one Grant Spencer, the 6'1" junior, 17th in the conference in scoring, 9 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.5 assists for the junior. But he's going to need help tonight if they want to have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Clear Fork's going to have, probably 3 guys step up and score for them. So they've got to hope that they have really, really good balance. And as I mentioned earlier, it'll be interesting to see if Clear Fork wants to play a fast-paced game or try to slow it down and make it more of a possession game. Because you take the difference, Shelby's averaging 71 a game, Clear Fork's only averaging 51. So there's going to have to be some kind of adjustment that the Colts make.
Yeah, and just looking at the stats for Clear Fork, they do have players that can score. Victor Skoog, 7.2 points. Adam Van Osdale, 5.2. Garrett Hotz, 5.5. Spencer, like we said, 9 points. Caden Riddle with 5.9. So they have players, also Mason Pipes with 7. So they have players that have the ability to, but they're going to need everybody, all hands on deck tonight, because you just look at a Shelby squad with their scoring. I mean, Bruskotter cancels out 2 or 3 of those players by himself. Yes, you also have Casey Lance that scores the ball well. Isaiah Ramsey with 11.6, Lance 11.2. So 3 scores in double digits. It's hard to just guard one person when you get to do that.
Well, as we know, the toughest matchup is going to be Bruskotter, because not only does he score, he gets everybody else involved. You take a look at his stats, he's averaging over 5 assists a game. So Alex is not just a guy that's just going to jack it up. He's a guy that understands the importance of the success of his team is how he gets other guys involved. So that's going to be a big matchup for Clear Fork to be able to control him and try to limit his touches.
Just about ready to go here as we finish up the Knox Community Hospital pregame. Shelby looking to make it 9 wins in a row and remain unbeaten in conference through the first set of games. I know it's always said it's hard to win a conference through your first set, but you can easily lose your conference through the first set of games.
Yeah, and I think what Shelby's looking at tonight is, this is another step in what their goal is to win the conference. And, right now they're in a situation where they need no help. They control their own destiny.
And we are underway as Shelby gets the tip and perfectly executed, but Lance unable to get it to fall, so Clear Fork will get their first possession with just underway.
I mean, great tip play there. Great pass by Bruskotter, but Lance was just unable to finish.
Holtz gets the offensive rebound, and Clear Fork scores first. It's 2-0. Quickly, other end, DeVito. Over to Baker. Now back out to Casey Lance. Passes it inside to Braxton Baker. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Clear Fork. Quickly ahead comes Victor Skoog. Inside to Caden Riddle. He's fouled, and just like that.
A good job by Riddle, big post guy running the floor, and a good job by Skoog of rewarding that post guy for sprinting the floor in transition.
Foul's going to be on Bryson Baker, his first. As Caden Riddle hits the first free throw. Misses the second, though. Rebound bounces around and finds Shelby. Back comes Casey Lance. Loses the handle out of bounds. It'll stay with Shelby.
If you're Clear Fork, you're happy with the start you had here in the first minute. Shelby had a really good look to start the game, and then a nice out-of-bounds play.
Alex Bruskotter, you can't leave him that open.
No, he did a good job of running off of a down screen, and you gotta get there on his catch, and he had space, and if he has space, he can really shoot it.
Hits the 3, and we're even at 3, as that's turned over by Skoog. First turnover of the game. Alley-oop, tip, no good. Rebound, put back good, Alex Bruskotter.
Bruskotter, again, showing his versatility. They miss a layup, but he's there for an offensive rebound and a putback.
Whippets going full court press. And we're going to get a jump ball. Give us a look at the last play here. Went for another alley-oop to Lance, but Bruskotter, nice court vision, just follows him behind, gets the tip in.
And Shelby coming out really aggressive, trying to create some offense with their defense here. Looking to trap, trying to force Clear Fork to maybe take a quick shot or to get a turnover.
Skoog, top of the key, gets it left side to Logan Anderson. He puts up 3 off the back iron, long rebound out to Bruskotter. Back he comes, passes it to Baker, puts it up, can't get it to go, but once again, there's Alex Bruskotter.
Again, Bruskotter showing his versatility, makes a really nice pass in transition. They miss a layup, but he's right there to attack the rim and finish a play.
7 straight for Shelby at 7-3. Riddle works down, fades away. Yes, nice shot there by Caden Riddle.
Nice post move. They went inside. Shelby did not double it, and Riddle takes advantage of his size inside for an easy for a basket.
Bruskotter with his first miss of the night. Back comes Clear Fork here with 5:30 left. Fast pace thus far, and you got to think that plays into the hands of the Shelby Whippets.
Yeah, you would think it would. I mean, Clear Fork's showing some patience here right now in the half court.
Turnaround jumper, no
Riddle
good.
on the glass.
And Riddle's going to go to the line. Offensive rebound number 2 for Clear Fork is going to give them a chance to tie this up.
You know, Riddle's doing a good job of playing within what he's capable of doing. It, you know, ran the floor hard in transition, and then had a good post up, and now hitting the offensive glass. The important thing for Clear Fork is they need to make sure when they get opportunities to get to the free throw line that they convert. And that's kind of been a problem a little bit right now in their season, as they've only shot like 57% from the line.
Misses both. He's 1 of 4 from the line, and back come the Shelby Whippets. Empty possession there for Clear Fork. Into the game now, Carson Brubaker. But once again, it's Bruskotter. All 9 points for Shelby.
He's off to a tremendous start.
Reverse layup, no good, knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Colts as we take a look at Bruskotter with he just manhandled himself through there to get the bucket. Milo Bergholder checks in for the Colts. That hit the wire, and we'll go to Shelby. Well, we have a second one. We'll welcome everybody watching this evening live and free right here on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out. We'll shout you out. Shelby leading by 4 inside the Bruskotter. Ball fake, puts it up, no good. Rebound to Clear Fork. Skoog gets into the lane, puts up the tough shot off the rim, no good. Rebound, put back and in. Garrett Holtz.
You know, that's what Clear Fork's going to have to do. They're going to have to really attack the offensive glass and see if they can get second shots. But on the other hand, they're going to have to get back defensively and not give up easy baskets in transition.
Yeah, Braden DeVito just easily went through the lane.
A little 2-2-1, three-quarter court trap there. Shelby gets a turnover.
And just like that, DeVito with 5 straight. And it's a 7-point Whippet lead here, under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, DeVito is a freshman, having no fear with, catch it and shooting that 3 in transition.
Skoog. Hands off to Bergholder, now over to Spencer. Left side, 3 in the air by Holtz. Off the back iron, Bergholder with the rebound, puts it back up, no good. And we'll get a foul 95 feet away from the bucket as we take a look at the 3.
Good job there by Bergholder of getting to the offensive glass again. I think that's maybe 3 or 4 offensive rebounds that Clear Fork has, which is something they're really going to have to do.
And Coach Galloway's going to call a timeout here with 3:21 left, 14-7. And just Alex Bruskotter already 4 minutes and 39 seconds in, has taken this game over. First 9 points for the Whippets.
And even the last half court offensive possession, they ran what Coach Galloway calls chin action, which is what we as coaches kind of call a Princeton action, where they ran Bruskotter off of a high post screen and put him in the low block and then tried to look high-low, and he just wasn't able to finish it. So, you know, the thing that impresses me most about Bruskotter is, as I said earlier, he scores in a variety of ways. He can catch and shoot it. You saw him post up, and then he's also done a great job here to start the game of getting to the offensive glass.
I want to say hello to some of you that commented already. Denise Godby, Deanna Ratliff, go Whippets, and Nancy Noble watching from Villages, Florida. Go Coach Galloway and the Whippets. I know, Coach, you almost went to Florida this week. But
we're hoping to go in, I think, about 2 weeks. So.
Oh, and Kathy Dodge. Thank you for watching, Kathy. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a great New Year so far.
Yeah, they run that 2-1-2, which, as I mentioned earlier, called a Princeton look, but Bruskotter in a different position where he kind of bumps off of a screen there at the top, and again, Clear Fork not able to get there in time to contest his jumper. Again, a 2-2-1, three-quarter court press, and the guards at Shelby at the top, DeVito and Brubacher do a good job of putting pressure on the ball and forcing a turnover.
Lance will check in for Hess. Also, Carson Garrett into the game for Shelby. .250 left here, opening quarter. 10-point lead. Shelby really ballooned this out in the last 2 minutes. Bruskotter, he's going to take another three. Just off the front rim, missed it by a bit. Rebound bouncing around. It's going to go to the Whippets. Fourth offensive rebound. Bruskotter brings it back out top, gives it to Casey Lance. Mass substitution about to happen for the Colts. Nice move to the bucket. Another offensive rebound by Lance, and he's fouled.
So at this end of the floor, Clear Fork's done a good job of getting to their offensive glass, but right now they're struggling a little bit of keeping Shelby off the offensive glass. And the one thing you can't do against Shelby is give them second and third scoring opportunities.
Foul is going to go against Garrett Holtz. His first, team second, as Shelby will inbound underneath the bucket. Bruskotter gets it to Baker. Back outside, Bruskotter, another three, yep. 15 points in the opening quarter for Alex Bruskotter. It's 20-7.
I mean, he's really developed that he can catch and shoot it quick, and Clear Fork right now is not able to close out quick enough to contest that shot or make him put it on the floor.
And they turn it over.
Good job by Brubaker there of getting in a passing lane and being aggressive, grabbing the ball, forcing a turnover by Clear Fork.
20-7 the score. As this man, Alex Bruskotter, with 15 points already, he's trying to make it 18. Only hits the backboard, though, and back comes Clear Fork, desperately needing some offense here. So we approach 90 seconds left in the quarter. Spencer's going to try a three, hits the back iron, no good, and Bruskotter's there for the rebound. Pulls it back out. Garrett's going to try a three. No good, offensive rebound, but won't go. And back comes Clear Fork. Skoog passes left side, but it's stolen. And here's Bruskotter. Missed the dunk, but still it goes in, and he's got 17.
I mean, Clear Fork can't afford to have turnovers turn into easy baskets. They had an advantage break, missed the layup, and Shelby comes right back and attacks, and Bruskotter gets an easy basket.
Howie Alt into the game and hits. They needed that bucket. Brings them back to within 12 with under 50 seconds left. Looking for the answer. aired that one out. And he'll go back to Clear Fork to try and cut this to 10 or 9 with 38 seconds left in the quarter. So you see Alt swish.
It'll be interesting here to see if Clear Fork holds for the last basket. But to try to get that, and they just had a violation.
Yeah,
had a spot on the baseline. You can't move, and Riddle moved on the end once he was handed the ball on the inbounds. So Shelby here in a box set on an out of bounds. Nice fake by Lance.
Oof. Casey Lance with the flush.
Lance stepped out. He faked the handoff. The defender went with both, and Lance is able to get a dunk.
That knocked out of bounds, and we get a chance to take a look at Lance's flush there with authority on the Spherion Mid-Ohio replay.
He just faked the inbound handoff to DeVito and then spun and was able to dunk it.
Skoog. He's going to take it into the lane. Jump stops left side to Alt with 15 seconds. Back to Skoog. Now to Holtz. 8 seconds left. Passes to Spencer, puts it up, blocked. Ball running around, and they're going to get it out. Pass at the buzzer, didn't get it off in time, and that's how the first quarter is going to end. Shelby, or I should say Alex Bruskotter, leads the Clear Fork Colts 24-10. You're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free from the Colt Corral, exclusively on the OH Report.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Whippets leading the Colts 24-10 after one. Travis Berardi alongside Coach Joe Baylog, and Alex Bruskotter has been extremely impressive here through one.
Clear Fork's going to have to try to find a solution to him. He's got 17 here after the first quarter, and if they're not able to slow him down, it's going to be a long night for the Colts.
Spencer out the Holtz. Euro step rejected by Bruskotter. Yeesh. You should take a look at the replay of this, Coach, and wow. He went for this charge, too, and still was able to get back up and get the swat. Inbound, out to Logan Anderson.
Shelby's lengths caught a little bit of causing problems inside, you saw there, but also on the perimeter. They've been able to get into the passing lane and get some deflections.
That's going to be a charge. Offensive foul.
Good job by Bryson Baker of stepping in to take a charge.
That's going to go against Bo Dornbeer. So the first on him, only a team third. And the Whippets will look to extend on their 14-point lead. And what a take by DeVito.
DeVito, for only being a freshman, doesn't play like a freshman. He got great quickness, and as we saw earlier, he's been able to step up and shoot the three.
And another turnover, and that one's going to lead to a foul. It's going to go against Grant Spencer, his first.
And Bryson Baker doing the little things that coaches love. Took a charge. There he gets a tie-up, a turnover for Clear Fork, and now it's a Shelby possession.
Into the game. Well, Actually don't know who's into the game because I don't have a 34 on my roster.
Great pass.
Just unable to
Great
get
pass
it.
by Bruskotter, but Hess just not able to finish the layup.
Skoog fakes the 3. Adam Van Osdol in as well for Clear Fork. Van Osdol fakes the 3. He's going to drive it baseline, triple teamed. Nearly lost it, but gets back to him. That's going to go off the hand.
Shelby doing a really good job with pressure on the ball. And the other thing they did is they just kept the ball on one side. And from a standpoint, if you prevent an offense from reversing the ball, it makes your defense that they don't have to move, and it makes defense easier to play. Here they blitz a screen, and Bruskotter gets a turnover. Nice pass.
And DeVito's going to go to the line. Should take a look at the replay. That's going to be Bergholder's second.
You know, Bruskotter with the good pass, and then also you see him again attacking the offensive glass. So he's showing you right now, while he's one of the premier players, you know, in the conference, and then also here in the Mansfield area.
8th point now for DeVito.
I mean,
just rimmed out, but an offensive rebound.
Nice move. Bryson Baker's started off really well here in the second quarter. A couple really good defensive plays in there, and there an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. A little up and under move for a putback.
7-4. That's the offensive rebounds in favor of Shelby is on the other end. Clear Fork gets the bucket.
Clear Fork's able to break the pressure.
Great pass in the bow. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout for the Whippets. First points of the quarter come at the 5:30 mark for Clear Fork. It's 29-12.
And for Shelby, DeVito and the combination of DeVito and Bruskotter have 25 of their 29.
Want to say hi to Joanne Nelson. Go Whippets watching from Fort Myers, Florida. Tom Goker tuned in tonight watching from Myrtle Beach. Go Whippets. Terry Hammond. Go Whippets. And Doug Shasky. SHS. Also on YouTube, going by screen names because that pops up, the Amateur History Collector. Let's go Clear Fork. Don Ramsey, go Whippets.
I mean, Clear Fork's been man-to-man. They're staying in the man-to-man.
And that rebound's going to be out of bounds, so it'll stay with Shelby with 5:20 left in the half.
Again, Baker with a strong right-hand drive to the basket. But who's the guy that's around it again on an offensive rebound is Bruskotter.
Who else? Who else tonight? Bruskotter gets the handoff. Quick release 3 off the back iron. Long rebound out.
Much better job by Clear Fork there of chasing Bruskotter and getting pressure on that shot.
And we're going to get a foul off the steal as Bryson Baker will get fouled, and that'll be the third on Bergholder.
You know, as we mentioned earlier, Bryson Baker doing a lot of the little things that coaches like. He's really got himself involved here in the first 3 minutes of this second quarter.
Inbounds to Lance. Back to Bruskotter, and this time he does connect. 20 points for Alex Bruskotter. It's 32-12.
I mean, Clear Fork having a hard time defending him on that inbounds because he's coming off a couple down screens, and Shelby's doing a really good job of setting screens to get him open.
That's off of Shelby, so stay with Clear Fork, and we'll get another chance to look at Bruskotter's 4th-3 of the half.
You know, although that wasn't a wide open three, Clear Fork did a much better job contesting it, but again, Bruskotter showing why he's one of the better players here in the area.
Inbounds to Spencer. Back outside, Skoog for 3. A little too strong, rebound back to Shelby. Lance over to Bruskotter. He's going to try another 3. Short, but an offensive rebound. Right side 3. no good, and an over the back. Well, not an over the back, but a body call on Casey Lance.
I mean, Lance, you know, sometimes those fouls, as a coach, you're not really disappointed because he's making an effort. But what you're going to probably tell him is that, you know, hey, just got to get inside that guy. But a good job by Clear Fork there of boxing out.
Riddle looking to get this ball away. He does. The Spencer, he crosses the timeline. Nearly got it pickpocketed, but Riddle fakes the three from the elbow, though. A little short rebound to Shelby. Back come the Whippets. Hess. Charge, though. Offensive foul. That's taken by Grant Spencer.
Hess just trying to force the issue a little bit too much. Coach Galloway would probably have just liked me to pitch that ball up a little bit earlier because his teammate was open on the wing. Really good job there by Clear Fork of stepping in and taking a charge.
Yeah, had the position, took the contact, didn't fall early, and that'll be a turnover and a good charge taken. It's the second on Max Hess.
So Shelby's changing their defense, going to a 1-3-1 here with Bruskotter out at the top. So you got to be aware of his length of trying to throw the ball across that top.
At 3, too strong off the backboard, and here comes Bruskotter. What a pass inside, layup good and one.
And again, the guy we've said has had a really good second quarter, Bryson Baker, running the floor. And what you really like about that as a coach is when you have guys run the floor like that and your teammates reward you by giving you that pass for that layup.
And what hands he has as well, because that wasn't an easy pass. That thing was a bullet.
Yeah, and he made the pass with his left hand, so that doesn't just come naturally. I mean, Bruskotter's gifted with some athletic talent, but he also, you can tell he spent a lot of time in the gym on his own working on those skills.
5 points for Baker. It is now 35-12. Spencer gets it left side to Jaden Beachy, but it's turned over. Here comes DeVito. Euro step, reverse, good. And the freshman now with 10 points.
You know, DeVito's been impressive tonight. His quickness and ability to finish plays at the rim has been really, really good.
Right side three, no good. Riddle gets the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. So we take a look at the replay. Watch this move, Coach.
Yep. I mean, he's only a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman.
Foul's going to go against Carson Homan, who's now into the game. Another rejection, offensive rebound. Reverse layup, good. Coates with the reverse. It's 37-14.
I mean, you can see Shelby really doing a good job of getting out in their lanes and running transition. Good job there by DeVito of passing the ball ahead in transition.
Yeah, this is a run-and-gun offense that they're not afraid to just get out and sprint. And we're going to get a jump ball and a change of possession. Only the third turnover by Shelby here. Efficient first half for them thus far. Compared to the 10 turnovers by the Colts tonight.
And the bad thing for the Colts here in the second quarter, many of those turnovers are led to easy baskets by Shelby, which you can't do that against a team like Shelby.
That deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Colts with 2:39 left here in the first half. Make sure to stay tuned for the Knox Community Hospital halftime. We'll have stats analysis and much more coming up in about 2.5 minutes of game time and a commercial or two. That's going to be a reach in against Brubaker.
Yeah, Coach Galloway probably not really happy with that defensive possession from the standpoint, he tried to reach back behind, and you would really like the defender to try to really move his feet and keep him in front.
That'll put Skoog to the line for a 1-and-1. And he misses it, but an offensive rebound put back no good. Rebound to Shelby. And again, Shelby running the floor, and they will get free throws now. Euro step no good, but it will lead to free throw shots.
Shelby really starting to hurt Clear Fork with their offensive transition, getting it out quick. And now, if they're able to get to the free throw line, which they will be able to, that's a big advantage where Shelby shoots as a team over 72%, which is outstanding.
Yeah, when you're doing that, especially if you get into a close game, and Coach, they call that the announcer jinx. Welcome to the OH Report family. You're not fully with the group until you jinx a shooter.
But Holman, who was just into the game, again making his presence felt where he blocked a shot at the defensive end and now gets to the offensive glass on a missed free throw.
That's the 10th offensive board for Shelby here in this half.
You cannot allow a team as good as Shelby to get to the glass like that.
Homan misses the first. He will make the second, though.
Coach Galloway's got to be really pleased because when he's gone to his bench, they've not lost anything. Guys have come in really ready to play and have created a lot of havoc.
Skoog, right side, looks to get it away. He does. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the half. Alt, who's back in the game, gets it left side. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound fought for and taken by Shelby.
Again, Holman making his presence felt at the defensive end. Big defensive rebound there.
Bruskotter on the elbow, kicks it back out to Brubaker.
Bruskotter looking to post up inside now.
And we're going to get a little.
Got a hold on him. So Bruskotter going to the line, shooting 81%.
And he's going to be shooting 2 here, as that's the second foul on Adam Van Osdol.
And a sign of a really good basketball team is their ability to get to the free throw line. And then a sign of a very, very good basketball team is the ability to convert at the free throw line. So Shelby's showing tonight that they're getting to the free throw line as they're in the double bonus, and now they're getting to the free throw line and converting.
Yeah, coming into this game, they've shot over 150 free throws this season.
I think I wrote down their average almost 17 free throw attempts a game, which is really, really good.
That's also a testament to their offensive rebound and the way they're running out.
Yeah.
Really not letting the opposing defense really get set. 41-14.
Shelby in that 2-2-1, three-quarter court trap.
Riddle gets it back out to Skoog under 90 seconds left in the half. He'll take it and gets a big screen, gets the layup to go. Skoog's first points of the night, it's 41-16. Bruskotter, double team, gets it left side. Carson Garrett hands off to Brubaker. The pass to DeVito, intercepted. Into the lane, and we'll get a foul. Take a look at Skoog's nice take. Big screen by Riddle. Legal screen, but it was a big one.
Yeah. When Riddle sets a screen, you're probably going to know that you got hit on it. And good job there by Skoog of taking it and finishing it off the glass.
So to the line, Bo Dornbeer with the 1-and-1, and he's short on it.
And that's the thing. Clear Fork has gotten to the line a little bit, but have not converted.
Yeah, tough start so far for the Colts. DeVito's going to try a 3 from the corner, and he got it. 13 for Braden. 44-16. Clear Fork looking to answer, short. Bruskotter fighting for the rebound. Referee's going to talk about it, and it's going to go to Shelby as we take
Shelby
a look
basketball.
at the corner 3. And again, just left open as Clear Fork went all in on the trap, didn't get it.
Shelby going with the set play here.
Bruskotter hands it away. Hess.
Little flare
Over to
screen for Lance.
No good. Rebound fought for. Got by Shelby. DeVito from the other side. He got it. DeVito from both sides of the three-point line.
But again, Holman with another good effort to the offensive glass. Gets the offensive rebound and kicks it out to DeVito for an open three.
Colts looking for the answer right at the buzzer. Lance at the horn. Off the back iron, no good. And that's how the first half will end here. It's all Whippets after 2 quarters, 47-16. We'll take a break. Be back with the Knox Community Hospital after this break. You're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. And oh, 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 oh. Love the little things, love the little
Tonight's high school basketball boys broadcast brought to you live and free thanks to our generous sponsors. MWD Logistics. Need a warehousing and logistics partner that gets your storage needs? Store and move your inventory seamlessly into your customers' hands with MWD Logistics. Mechanics Bank, that's better. Knox Community Hospital, in the community for the community. And Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Thank you to all of our sponsors this evening for helping us bring this high school basketball boys broadcast live and free, always to fans on our Facebook and YouTube. We're going to take another break and be back with the Knox Community Hospital halftime show. Right after this, you're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
All right, welcome back inside the Colt Corral. I got head coach Tim Bradford with me, and in that first half, Shelby really lit it up from downtown, forcing to 10 turnovers as well. Talk to me about some adjustments that you went over within the kids, or in the locker room with the kids.
Actually, what we talked about is just heart, determination, getting out there and fight. We've got our hand on a lot of balls that we haven't ended up with. Shelby's just pulled them away. They've got a great team, but I think we have a pretty good team too. Right now, we're just not fighting.
Yeah, coming into tonight, you had won 2 of your last 3. The only loss was in overtime, so some things were going well for you. Anything that you liked in that first half, Coach?
No, not much. Nothing I liked. Hopefully we can turn it around this second half. I told them let's just play with some heart and try and get these points back one at a time.
All right, thank you so much for the time. Travis?
Thank you very much, Brian Skoronsky, as we welcome you inside the Knox Community Hospital halftime show. Score 47-16 in favor of the Whippets of Shelby, as I'm joined once again by Coach Joe Baylog. And Coach, I mean, when you get 22 and 16 from 2 of your scorers, it's a good night thus far for the Whippets.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Shelby, you got to be really happy. I mean, your best player gets off to a great start, gets 17 in the first quarter. You have a freshman guard that, gets 15. So you got to be happy. But I think the other thing Coach Galloway's going to be happy with also is just the effort that his team has played with. Not just the starters, but the guys he's brought off the bench. I mean, if you look, for example, we mentioned Bryson Baker a couple times, and then the Holman kid that came off the bench and played in the post. All those guys have given great effort, and that's the one thing you want to really see, and that's really a sign of a good team, is how unselfish Shelby is, and also the great effort that they play with.
So looking at the halftime stats, it's not Colts versus Colts. The left side is the Shelby statistics. Right side, Clear Fork is Shelby. 17 field goals, 7 of those were from beyond the arc. 22 boards, 11 offensive rebounds, 11 defensive rebounds, only 4 turnovers, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Pretty much I wouldn't say perfect, but a near perfect half for them.
No, I mean, as a coach, you're looking at it's never going to be perfect, but you got to be really happy to score 47 points in a half and playing with the energy that they're playing with.
As you take a look at head coach Greg Galloway, some individual scoring real quick. First for Shelby, Alex Bruskotter leading all scorers, 22 points. Braden DeVito, 16. Bryson Baker, 6. Casey Lance, 2. Carson Homan with 1. For Clear Fork, Garrett Holtz with 6. Caden Riddle with 3. Bo Dornbeer with 2. Victor Skoog with 2. And Powie Alt with 3. That'll do it for the Knox Community Hospital halftime as we get back to action. Shelby with the first possession. And they can't get the fall. Clear Fork coming back with their first possession. And I think Coach said it perfectly at the half, Coach Bradford, that, you just want to see heart from your team. You just want to see effort here in this second half.
Yeah, you just want to see your kids really compete. And, I think that's a disappointing part right now is he just doesn't feel like his kids have played as hard or harder than Shelby's kids.
What a take to the hole. Tip no good.
Has struggled a little bit tonight. Missed a layup on a slip screen there and then missed a right-hand drive.
Open 3, no good, but Spencer gets his own rebound, gets it to Riddle, and he's going to go to the line. So Clear Fork looking to get the first points of the second half off the offensive rebound. Good pass inside, but not much Riddle could do. He was bumped as he put that up.
And, and what they need to do, Clear Fork needs to do is they need to take advantage here at the free throw line when they get opportunities. That's kind of been a weakness of them, not only tonight but through the season. As a team shooting 57%, you're going to struggle.
Riddle now 1 of 5 from the line. Second free throw attempt, no good. 1 of 6. That was the third foul on Max Hess, by the way. Lance, open 3, too strong. Rebound to the Colts. Spencer, top of the key. Loses the handle, but it will stay with the Colts with 6:48 left.
Shelby doing a good job of getting matched up there in the half court. Bruskotter gets the deflection. Ball goes out of bounds. It's Colts basketball.
Skoog with it. Gets around a screen from Riddle. Lance switched, though, and he's closely guarding him. Almost turned it over. DeVito, nice deflection. That could have been an open layup. What an effort by him as you see him going from pretty much one side of the court to the other to shut that down.
Shelby's shown a little bit of different coverage on ball screens. They what we call blitzed it at times where they trapped it. That time they just switched it. Clear Fork was not able to recognize the mismatch with Riddle and DeVito guarding him inside.
Riddle backs it out, looks inside the Skoog, but he muffs it. And back comes Shelby, the 11th turnover on the Colts. Lance backs it out as they reset their offense. Looking back door to Bruskotter. Instead, he'll take it himself, and he'll get fouled. That's going to go Holtz with his third foul.
Lance going to the line. He's a 64% free throw shooter. So that would be an area of his game that he would like to continue to improve on and see if he can get to that 70% or above.
Lance hits the first. That's his third point. Make it 4. Nothing but nylon. Colts quickly across the timeline. Van Osdale left side, 3, gets the friendly bounce to fall.
Got about 3 friendly bounces on that one.
Oh, the hometown bounce per se. 9 points for Holtz. It's a 30-point advantage for Shelby here with 6 minutes left in the third. Lance takes it himself.
Lance splits the defender with his dribble and able to finish with an easy right-hand layup.
Deep three goes. Adam Van Osdale onto the board. Now the scoring starting to pick up like it did at the beginning of the game. Bruskotter fouled before he took it to the rim. They'll go against Van Osdale, and that will be his third as we take a look at the deep three. He hit that one from Butler.
So we'll see what Shelby does on this baseline of bounds. A couple times they've been able to get Bruskotter off of a down screen, for easy baskets. Little screen-to-screener action there. And
went all but down.
Hess just having a hard time tonight around the rim. He's got some really good looks and just has not been able to finish right at the basket.
That three no good, and a turnover by Shelby. And it leaves the three. Coates again. Back-to-back threes. He has 12.
One of the things that Coach Bradford talked about was seeing if the Colts had a little bit of fight in them, and right now they're showing that fight here in the first 3 minutes of the second half.
Howie Alt stripped Bruskotter, and now Bruskotter's going to get called with a foul. That'll be his first. 24-10 Shelby after one. A 23-6 second quarter really let them pull away 47-16, but a nice start. 9-4 start by Clear Fork here in the second half.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Coach Bradford, the one thing he mentioned was having that fight. So right now they're showing that fight.
Nice jumper by Howie Alt. His fifth point, and it's 51-27. A 6-0 Colt run. But you knew this was going to happen at some point. Bruskotter was going to get hit his first shot of the second half, now with 25 of the team's 54.
And Shelby's still showing 2-2-1 trap. Trying to push the ball up the sideline and see if you get that trap on the sideline where the sideline and the half-court line become another defender. Clear Fork able to retain possession. Really bad pass there, though.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Tried to thread the needle, didn't work. Bruskotter, he's going to pull up from deep. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for and into the hands of DeVito for three. Short. Bruskotter swatted at it, but it comes out to Clear Fork.
I mean, Lance and Baker there on the initial shot both did a really good job of getting to the offensive glass.
That ball fought for and somehow finds DeVito.
Yeah. That's one thing as a coach you're probably going to point out to Bruskotter on film is you don't want to save your the basketball under the opponent's basket.
Bruskotter
got a little bit of lucky there.
Ooh, continuation bucket. So on one end, Bruskotter went for the flush, lost it. And on the other end, Holtz continues to have a torrent start here to the second half. Euro step, good and one. And quietly, Garrett now with 14 points, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, again, you got to, if you're Coach Bradford, you got to like the fight here. But the question to be is why didn't you have that fight here in the first half?
Yeah,
I mean, and especially against a good team like Shelby, you got to play. You got to play 4 full quarters.
That was a free shot for Holtz, as you saw a lane violation was going to be called. But he still, even with the distraction, swished it for the 30th point tonight for Clear Fork. It's 54-30, under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Shelby trying to get an offense going here in the second half. It's Carson Garrett. Kicks left side to Baker for three. Hit the backboard, no good, but a rebound comes out to Bruskotter. He'll start.
Coach Galloway trying to get them organized into a half-court set here. See if they can run their offense.
And is that something you want to see in kind of a blowout like this?
Well,
a team like this with a league sometimes gets complacent, wants to throw up some shots.
Yeah, I mean, what you want to, as a coach, if you're in Coach Galloway's shoes right now, you want to see your team not get sloppy. You want to see them take care of the basketball. And the other thing you can do as a coach is, if you're not getting the easy baskets in transition, you try to set up and run some of your stuff in the half court, which is Coach Galloway's called a couple of sets here, trying to get them to run some half court offense to see that, when you get in a maybe a tighter game and you need a basket, you need to really run half court offense, that you're capable of doing it.
Timeout, Clear Fork. They trail 54-30. Coach, would you like to know what's going on in the Upper Sandusky Buckeye Central game? I know
Sure.
you do. Well, your wish is my command, sir. As I frantically hit a couple buttons. And voila. 36-30 the score in favor of Upper Sandusky after 3 quarters of play. So,
Upper Sandusky, as we've mentioned before, they team that's, kind of struggled early, but I think, gotten a little bit better each game. And I think the emphasis tonight they had was they're going to try to put the ball inside a little bit against Buckeye and use their size inside.
2:57 left, and now Baker to the line for 2 free throws. He makes the first. Baker with 7.
We've mentioned earlier, Baker's done a lot of the little things, taking a couple charges, sprinted the floor, both ends of the floor. Those are things you want to see out of your, I guess what you would maybe your so-called role players, but he's done a nice job tonight.
Skoog. He's going to try to drive, puts the layup up, off the rim, no good. Riddle tried to get the rebound, and he does. I don't know if they're going to say Shelby was on the line first beforehand.
Yeah, I think Garrett, when he went on the floor to dive for the loose ball, had a foot out of bounds. And if that happens and he touches the ball, it's an automatic out-of-bounds call. So DeVito back in the game for Baker. Clear Fork in a box set here on the out-of-bounds. A lot of times you see some screen-to-screener action, which is what they got here. Had Riddle set a screen and then screen for Riddle, but weren't able to get him in on the backside of the rim.
You're like the Tony Romo of the OH report, Coach. 3 in the air, yes! Dornbeer with his first 3. It's 55-33 with 2:20 left in the third. Lance, he'll try with an answer. Too strong, but Bruskotter right there with the offensive board and put back.
I don't think Coach Galloway is going to be very happy with that shot. It was off of one pass, a contested 3. Fortunately, Bruskotter was on the backside and able to get a putback.
Powie Alt's going to try a 3 short. Long rebound to Casey Lance. DeVito into the lane, will pull it back out. Garrett too strong. But a sloppy turnover there by Clear Fork. Into the hands of Bruskotter. 2 men on him. He's fouled and will go to the line.
I think Coach Galloway would maybe like to see him move the ball a little bit more. They've taken maybe a couple quick shots off of one pass or the second pass, and if they make a third or fourth pass and get the ball reversed to the other side, those shots are going to be uncontested shots.
And could that just be with the score? Everybody wants to get into the scoring column. You're up 20 points. You might not, that complacency that you have with a team. But nonetheless, you're still going up against varsity competition. This is a good time to practice at least some things like that, correct?
Yeah. I mean, and the big thing is, as a head coach, you're always looking for, to be consistent for 32 minutes. So I think Coach Galloway's not going to be real happy necessarily with how they played this third quarter because they haven't been as good defensively as they were earlier.
Trap and a steal by Bruskotter. Kind of got knocked up in the air.
Yeah,
he somehow found it and gets the bucket.
Yeah, kind of a volleyball play there, and fortunately gets back into Bruskotter's hands, and he's able to finish.
And I've officially run over on my scorecard and have to move to another line for Alex Bruskotter with 31. Another bad turnover and a layup.
But Shelby showing what they can do right here. Have not played a great third quarter, but all of a sudden created 2 turnovers and 2 easy baskets with their 2-2-1 full court pressure.
3 in the air, no good. Stripped out, saved into the hands of Holtz. Reverse rejected again by Bruskotter and out of bounds. I believe that's the second block for him tonight.
Yeah, I think it is. He had a block early in the first half and then a block there.
And he will check out here with 38.9 left in the third quarter. Skoog for 3. Little short, offensive rebound, and we're going to get a foul on DeVito. We'll call a blow to the head.
Yeah, DeVito just didn't get inside to box out on that play. Again, box out of bounds set here. Same action, screen the screener. Found him on the backside, but not able to get a shot. Pretty good defense there by Shelby of being able to defend that screen the screener action.
Holtz picks up his dribble, gets it back to Skoog with 20 seconds left. Top of the key, now right side. That 3 too strong, and DeVito's there. Colin Johnson, JV player, now in for Clear Fork.
So 8.6 seconds to go in the quarter. See what Shelby runs here at the end of the quarter. Ball's in DeVito's hands. Looks like he's just going to attack, try to create.
Short on the 3, and that is how the quarter will end. So we played 3 here at the Colt Corral. Shelby well in hand of this one. They lead 63-33 live and free right here on the OH Report.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Fourth quarter underway here from the Colt Corral. Shelby leading by 27 now on the Van Osdale 3. That's his second of the night. 63-36, Travis Berardi alongside Coach Joe Baylog.
So Shelby made a couple substitutions here. Bruskotter and Lance both on the bench to start the fourth quarter.
Counted in 3. Carson Garrett gets his first points. He's going to get a chance for that rare 4-point play here.
I mean, Carson Holman came in the first half and gave good minutes. There he caught the ball in the low post, but skipped it opposite to Carson Garrett for an open 3, and he gets fouled and kind of the rare thing of 4-point play.
That was Holt's fourth. Right side, he's going to try the 3, and he got it. 18 points for Garrett to lead the Colts here 1 minute into the fourth. Straight away. Another one.
Again, they run what they call chin action, which they run a cutter off the high post, and then the guy that passed the wing gets what we always called a bump screen. And if you don't get over top, that's what the result of it is that they get an open three. You saw Bruskotter get a couple of those in the first half, and now Carson Garrett gets one here in the second half.
70-39 the score. So Shelby, they've hit their average with a lot of time left.
So Shelby trying to work on their half-court offense here. Showing some patience, see if they can get some guys coming off with some screens.
Kicked it left side, mid-range jumper, short rebound to Clear Fork.
Good job there. They showed some patience, got the ball reversed from one side to the other. And you can see the difference when you do that is Holman gets an open jump shot on the baseline.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Coach. Coach probably doesn't like that defensive lapse, but he liked what he saw on the offensive end.
For Clear Fork, Garrett Holtz has played well here in the second half. He's made a couple shots, made a nice drive there, and a nice bounce pass to Riddle inside to finish.
It's going to be Riddle's second. That'll be the 17th foul. So now the Colts, or the Whippets, will be at the line for the rest of the evening.
And Shelby pretty much going to their bench here, because if you take a look at their schedule, they play Ashland at home on Saturday. Then next week, on Tuesday, they travel to Worcester. So two good non-conference games there, and then the following a week from tomorrow, they're in Ontario to wrap up the first round of the MOAC.
Both free throws good. It's 72.
Riddle, nice.
43.
Riddle's shown that he can be effective. He's able to catch the ball in the paint. He's got a couple nice post moves that he's been able to make.
Had the steal, but couldn't get the ball to fall. As Shelby again will run their offense. Marion Russell into the game as a Marion gives that up. Garrett, right side three short, rebound to Clear Fork with 5 minutes left in regulation. And we're going to get a timeout by head coach Tim Bradford. So while we have a chance, let's look in again on that Upper Buckeye Central game. 44-37.
That'd be a big win for Coach Winslow. They've just been trying to get over the hump, and especially at home here in the Northern 10. Some other games tonight. This is an MOAC boys night, so I think you have Marion Harding in Ontario. I'm not sure what the other matchups are, but typically this would be like a Thursday, Saturday, but I don't think there's any boys league games in the MOAC scheduled on Saturday, so that's why Shelby will be playing Ashland on Saturday. Shelby coming out showing a 1-3-1 in the half court with Holman at the top.
Left side three, rimmed in. Van Osdale, 3 threes tonight. He's got 9 points.
Are those all in the second half, I think? Yep. So Clear Fork shot the ball much better in the second half.
Absolutely.
And I think probably the message that Coach Bradford's going to give to these guys is, you got to kind of come out and play like you did in the second half with a lot more energy and effort.
Inside to Russell. Kicks it back out. That's Brennan Lewis. Misses it, but an offensive rebound. Then a turnover.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Holman's played, in previous games. He may not have played as much as, if Isaiah Ramsey was available tonight. But he's kind of taken advantage of his playing time tonight. He's come in and, been really active on the glass at both ends of the floor, and then has also done a good job when he's been doubled in the post of finding shooters on the perimeter. So a defensive rebound there. He gets fouled. He gets rewarded with going to the free throw line. We'll see if he can convert here.
He is now 3 of 4 from the line tonight.
And that's what you want to see out of a post player is if you're a post player and you can get to the free throw line and convert, that's an easy way to get baskets.
And he does indeed convert on the first. It's 73-46. Make sure you stay tuned after the game for the Mechanics Bank MVP. Brian Skoronsky will talk to him on the court.
So Holman's now 4 of 5 from the line, so that's a really good night.
5 of 6, actually.
Oh, 5
even
of
better.
6.
Even better.
That's even better.
Yeah.
That's like 83%, I think, if I'm correct.
I will trust you on that math, sir.
I think I am. The 4 or 5 would be easy. It would be 80%.
Yes.
So I think the 5 of 6 is 83.
Nice mid-range jumper.
Audric Kelly gets his first basket of the night.
That's a nice follow-through as well. Elbow in. Perfect shot. He nearly gets the steal on the other end. And a hand check. He just wanted to get in on the action, coach. He gets a bucket on one end. You got to get a foul on the defensive end now, too.
You know, defensively, you got to like how he played there. He just, he did a good job initially of showing his hands, but as soon as the guy starts turning the corner, you put your hand on his hip, that's going to be a foul.
You see the Clear Fork student section, some of the Lady Colts had a tough loss at Shelby by 2 points last week. We'll get that game here
nice
at
pass.
the Colt Corral.
Carson
Unable
Garrett
to finish, though.
with a really nice pass in transition. Just wasn't able to finish. They weren't able to finish the layup.
That's out of bounds, and it will stay with Clear Fork. We will have part 2 of Shelby Clear Fork girls basketball here from the Colt Corral. I believe that's February, the last conference game of the year for them. So stay tuned for that one. Myself, I believe, and Hayden Gray will be on the calls. Clear Fork will get another inbounds pass. We get the 2:50 left in the game, and another three. Spencer with his first points of the game, a third of the way to his average of 9 points. And they get a steal. So we'll take a look at the replay of the three. But, Coach, Shelby now up to 10 turnovers. That's their 6th of the second half.
I think they average just around 12 a game. But with the pace that Shelby plays at, if you're able to keep that turnover around 10 or 12, you're probably not really disappointed with those turnovers.
Clear Fork gets the offensive board but throws it away. There's former Clear Fork coach, Coach Bechtel over there, Steve Bechtel.
Steve Bechtel did a really good job here. Had some really, really good basketball teams.
You guys had some good matchups back in the day.
But
I wouldn't say back in the day. It was only a couple years ago.
One of his best players sitting on the bench helping out, A.J. Blueball. It was good to see him tonight, and like to wish him the best of luck as he'll get ready here in a few weeks to go to head to spring training with the Astros.
Such an awesome story with him. And he's doing well, too. Last year in his first year in the minors, he was impressing.
And he was one of the few high school kids that played 3 sports.
Yeah.
Was a football, basketball, and baseball guy, and was good in all of them. I mean, not necessarily a tremendous basketball player, but one of those guys that was just kind of the glue to the team, and when he needed to step up, he did. He would be a kid I would have really liked to coach.
First free throw is good by Russell. Also, he got invited back down to do some workouts as well. So the Houston Astros impressed by what he's been able to do.
Yeah, said he went down over Christmas a little bit for a couple weeks. Said it was kind of for them to check on it, but said he's just been working out here on his own. And as we mentioned, if you're going to be successful in anything, it takes a lot of hard work, and he's
Absolutely.
a kid that understands what hard work is.
That's going to be a foul as Garrett went for the swat with 2 minutes left in regulation. Jackson will go to the line for 2. Also another player, Chance Barnett,
Yes.
on the bench for the Colts. He's the assistant,
Yep.
varsity assistant.
Yeah, he was a tough matchup when he played here.
And I always say that was tough for Clear Fork. The year before they made a district semifinal, lost at the buzzer. You thought this could be their year in D3, and they get moved up to D2 because of competitive balance into the district with you guys and Mansfield Senior and Lexington. So I always thought if they were still in D3, they would have had a chance to make a run that year with him.
Yeah. I mean, the D2 district here has been a really tough district to get out of. I mean, if you're able to win the district, you've accomplished something.
Well, not only
here.
that, but your friend Steve Gray as well in his Norwalk squads.
Yep. Well, I think this year, the D2 district, you have Lex, Shelby, I believe Sandusky, I believe Bellevue. I'm not sure if Perkins is in that district or not. But those 4 teams we just named there are really, really good. And then the other thing you run into when you get into that district is sometimes you play a team a third time, and if you've beaten a team twice, it becomes really difficult many times to beat a team 3 times.
That was a nice backdoor cut and swish by Kelly. Another nice shot by him. Other end 3 in the air. Yep. Dornbeer now has his second 3. He has 8 points. It's 83-52, under a minute to play in regulation. Story of the night, though, Coach, 31 points from Alex Bruskotter.
Yeah, in only 3 quarters.
15 in the first.
Was it 15 or was it 17?
Might have been 17. I don't know. He scored so many times, I don't even remember.
He got off to a great start,
He did.
which is what you like to see out of your best player, and is what Clear Fork did not want to see.
Russell's fouled, and he'll go to the line here with 28 seconds left as we take a look at the 3 one more time on the Sphere on Mid-Ohio replay. So Coach Bradford said he wanted fight and heart out of his team in the second half, and he's gotten it so far. 36 points in the second half.
Yeah. And I think the emphasis is, when we're a team that struggles, usually the hardest part is to be able to put together, 32 consistent minutes. So especially in that second quarter, they struggled. So that's sometimes a tough thing to correct.
That 3 is short.
And Shelby will probably just run the clock out here. A good win for Shelby here on the road. Again, we mentioned that they're in a position that they control their own destiny here. I mean, the league surely is not won. They still have a last round game versus Ontario. Then they face everybody again a second time.
So that will do it. The Whippets pull off the 84-52 victory to improve to 9-1, 6-0 in the conference. They have won 9 straight. We're going to take another break and be back with our Mechanics Bag MVP inside the Knox Community Hospital post-game. You're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free right here on the OH Report.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. It's love little things, love little things.
Tonight's high school basketball broadcast brought to you once again live and free right here on the OH Report, thanks to our generous sponsors, MWD Logistics. Need a warehousing and logistics partner that gets your storage needs? Store and move your inventory seamlessly into your customers' hands with MWD Logistics. Mechanics Bank, that's better. Knox Community Hospital, in the community for the community. And Spherion Mid-Ohio, let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Thank you to all of our sponsors this evening for allowing us to bring these games to you, as always, live and free right here on the OH Report. As we welcome you inside the Knox Community Hospital post-game show. Travis Berardi here with head coach Joe Baylog. And coach, it was going to be a tough task no matter what for Clear Fork to come out of here with the victory, but you know, this is just a really good Shelby squad.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing for Clear Fork is you can't allow your opponent's best player to get off like Alex Bruskotter did. And then the other part of the first half was Braden DeVito was really effective in the first half too. So if you're Coach Galloway, you're really happy with how your team came out of the gate, and then really kind of imposed their will on them a little bit in that second quarter, because that second quarter is what really hurt Clear Fork, because they weren't able to, maintain a distance where they were going to be able to get back in the basketball game. However, one of the things that Coach Bradford said at the half was he wanted to see a little bit more fight, and I thought you saw a lot more fight in the second half from Clear Fork. But when you get down that much at the half, it's really hard to get back into a basketball game.
Read some stats off for you folks right now. Shelby, both teams in the second half really good from three. 11, unofficially 11 threes for the Whippets. And 10 by Clear Fork. And 9 of those in the second half.
I'm going to say that the big majority of those would have been in the second half. So Clear Fork, you see the difference. They were able to shoot the ball much better in the second half. But again, Shelby's length, athleticism caused a lot of problems.
All right, as you see, Brian Skoronsky is with our MVP. We'll take a break and be right back with our Mechanics Bank MVP. You guessed it, it's Alex Bruskotter. He just scored about every point tonight. So we'll have him after the break, live and free right here on the OH Report.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
We are back now with the Mechanics Bank MVP, Alex Bruskotter, filling it up tonight. 31 points for the Shelby Jr. 17 of those came in the first quarter. Talk about setting the tone and what you did coming out of the gates. I mean, you were putting up threes, you were knocking those down, getting to the cup. Pretty much anything you wanted to do, you were making it happen.
Yeah, you know, it was really important for us to start off fast. Especially, you know, we knew Clear Fork was going to put some pressure on us. They were going to play physical. And last year when we played here, we let them hang around, and then I think it was too close of a game, but I think we did a good job coming out with a lot of energy.
I would agree. Collectively, it felt like you guys came out, you were playing with some passion, and you were just telling me no practices really over the Christmas break, just doing some lifting, hadn't played since the 28th. So what about this team do you think allowed you guys to come out and play energized right away after a little bit of a layoff?
Yeah, I think what helps us is, you know, out of practice and all that, we all hang out with each other, and we're all really tight as a team. So when we get on the court, it's like we're playing for each other, and I think that just goes for our chemistry, and it makes it so much easier on the court.
Give me some insight about progression for your game. As a freshman, you got some minutes. You were a pretty good player. Sophomore, really elevated. This year, I mean, you're basically handling the point for you guys. You're maybe the top defender on the team, shooting the three well. How much work have you been putting in, and how much better of a player do you feel like you are this year compared to last?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously I try to improve every season, and I have a lot of people helping me, telling me what I need to get better at, and giving me tips. And I'm grateful for all those people, but yeah, I try to learn from every game and get better every single day.
And as a team, this is 9 straight wins for you guys since a loss on opening night. Tell me about the progression about the roster as a whole and how far you feel like you've come from the start of the season till now.
Yeah, when we lost to Madison, we knew that wasn't us, and we were going to come back. The expectations at Shelby are too high to play like that for a full season, so you know, we just came back to practice the next week, ready to work, and we knew that we could play at a higher level. And I think we're starting to get there, but we have a lot of things to improve on, but we're headed in the right direction right now.
Yeah, you got the top spot in the MOAC all by yourselves right now. Big win here tonight. Is there anybody that you want to thank, give a shout out to? Look in the camera. Now's your time.
I'll shout out Braden DeVito, the freshman. He played really well tonight, and Carson Brubaker. He passed the ball really well tonight.
All right, Alex Bruskotter, your Mechanics Bank MVP, man. Hey, congratulations. Big performance. Throw it back to Travis.
Thank you, Mr. Skoronsky, as we bring Coach Joe Baylog back into the mix as well. He's one of those special players here in the area that, you know, I wouldn't say once in a generation, because it seems like Shelby has a lot of those basketball players going around. Not only that, but in the area, but he's special.
Yeah, he's a special player, and I think that the thing he mentioned there in his interview was after the loss to Madison that not acceptable as a Shelby basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
So
the
thing that you I guess identify from that is the importance that those players place on keeping that tradition of Shelby basketball going, and that's important. That kids understand that, because I've always said that there's always a point in the season where there's going to be something happen that your team's going to fall one way or the other. They're either going to fall to a negative side or a positive side, and you really don't know when that's going to happen. And it seems like that might have happened that first game with Shelby, that they came in with a lot of high expectations. Got kicked in the teeth a little bit. So the choice was, are we going to get better? What are we going to do? Or are we going to pout about it? And it seems like they've just decided to become a much better basketball team.
I think we've discussed this before. You always want to go undefeated, but is it good seeing a team with this high expectations to get kind of punched in the mouth extremely early on in the season to realize, hey, we still need to work each and every game to get better?
Well, as a coach, you're never preparing to lose.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you want to see how your kids respond to adversity. So many times that a loss is that adversity that you have to respond to. And they've shown that they've won 9 in a row. They put themselves in a great position here in the league. They have one more game in the first round where they play Ontario. So right now they're in a situation where they're not going to need any help. They just control their own destiny. But there's going to be some challenges, because anytime you play a double round in the league, teams are really going to make adjustments the second time you play, and it'll be interesting to see how Shelby makes those adjustments too.
Well, Coach, as Brian Skoronski has the camera on us right now, pleasure as always, sir. It's been fun so far working with you, and I know the Joe Show as well. Every Wednesday night, Joe Baylog on the Joe Show. But I'm going to get myself off camera now. There we go. 84-52 the final. Tough test again for Clear Fork coming up on Saturday. They got to go to Lexington and face one of the best freshmen in the state of Ohio in Fogel. Shelby taking on an Ashland squad that's riding high. They knocked off Mansfield Senior at Pete Henry. So it's going to be another good test. And Shelby-Ashland games always seem to go down to the wire anyway.
I mean, you would think Ashland's going to come off that game with a lot more confidence. And then the other part is, they play Saturday, and then they got to travel to Worcester on Tuesday, which is a team that, played, lost by 3 to Lex, and Worcester's not an easy place to play at. So it's not going to get any easier. And next week is one of those kind of, this is kind of a grind week. You're playing on Saturday, come back, you're playing on Tuesday, then you're going to play Friday again. So 3 games in less than 7 days. You want to stay healthy, and then as a team, you want to stay focused.
All right. Well, we have some games tomorrow as well. Coming up tomorrow, boys hoops, all at 7:30. I will be at Cardington at Mount Gilead, that rivalry. We also have Freddyburg Part 1. That's a big one in the KMAC. Both teams undefeated, fight for first place. And then another audio-only broadcast in the 2. We have a couple Lexington students that did amazingly well that Worcester game. They wanted to do another one, so we got West Holmes at Lexington as well tomorrow around 7:30. But that will wrap things up here from the Colt Corral. I want to thank head coach Joe Baylog once again. Another fun night with you, sir. Brian Skoronski on camera, Adam Thompson, video, audio design, as well as Hank Gray and Jory Skoronski. MWD Logistics, our scoreboard sponsor. Mechanics Bank, our MVP sponsor. Knox Community Hospital, our pregame, halftime, postgame sponsor. Spherion Mid-Ohio, our replay sponsor. And then MWD Logistics and Frito-Lay, our commercial sponsors. I want to thank Jess Brokaw and the fine folks here at Clear Fork High School, their athletic department, for allowing us to be here tonight. And most importantly, I want to thank you, the fans, as always, for watching. Shelby rolls to an 84-52 victory over Clear Fork to remain unbeaten in the MOAC. For Joe Baylog, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from the Colt Corral.